What's happening, Wisdom Warriors? What's happening? Um, Back with another green juice. And I wasn't sure when I said I was going to post another video. I wasn't really sure if I was going to come up with a new title or continue from where we left off and do part two of the series, the health series. But I think that's what we're going to do. So this is going to be a quick, short video. I just want to talk to you guys about a few things that I've realized and that I kind of realized yesterday, going through a little bit of it. Let me say this though, as much as I did, I stayed present the entire time. I knew what was going on, and as my favorite woman on the planet, I wouldn't say favorite because, but she's one of them, Lori Ladd, I was listening to one of her videos and she was talking about right now, what we have to do is feel through everything. And I started to experience different feelings within my body when I was going through it yesterday. And I just fell through it. I felt through it. And I'm not going to say it was easy by any means, but some of the experiences I was having, I know what triggered me. And I'm now trying to figure out and work through why every time I get triggered by a specific person or voice, I know that what I've learned all these years and through my awakenings and Kundalini awakenings and awakenings in general, I've learned that everything is obviously just a mirror of us. And with that being said, there's something that person is there to teach you, or you're there to teach them. And although it's taken me a long time to get to that place and understand that let's say somebody you regularly engage with comes with an attitude or whatnot. See, the way that I used to react is right off the cuff. I used to react in a way that blame, always blaming the other person, always not realizing that they're there to they're triggering something within you, whether it be anger, happiness, frustration, joy, whatever emotion. There's something that is essentially trying to come up within you. And that person is just triggering it. And so, like, it could be like anger has been wanting to come up in you for a long time, and then that person, bam, they trigger you. And it could be somebody you don't know, or it could be somebody you know. But I've come to realize that everyone is there for a purpose at that moment or that time. And there's a reason that certain people continue to come up. A lot of times we signed a soul contract with those people prior to coming here in this incarnation. And I know I'm kind of getting off topic here, but I just wanted to touch on a little bit of what occurred, and that we are in a time of feeling through these emotions and feelings, and we have to feel them. We have to feel through it. We have to sit there, or if we're walking, whatever we're doing, we have to sit there and feel through it, as hard as it sometimes may be. because it's trying to come up. The body's trying to tell you, hey, hey, you're not listening to me. Hey, hey, you're not listening to me. And then it just keeps getting louder and louder, and it's for you to realize that it's trying to tell you something. It's trying to come up. It's trying to come out. It's trying, so you can free yourself of that. Um, so yeah, I just want to touch on that a little bit. It does have something to do with the health series because, it's essentially, it's essentially, um, you know, telling you something. And the more it stays in you, that anger or that frustration or whatever it may be, the more that it is going to create sickness. And that's kind of where it ties into like the health part of it, because it does play a large role in, our health, our everyday health. If we're, I, what I also realized yesterday, just going back to it, that and by the way, during this process, I'm getting like chills rising through my body, but I, what I did realize is what I've done my entire life, because that is what I've been taught, is to go inward with my anger. So until it gets to a point where a certain person or a certain thing or situation triggers it to come up, and then I explode. Now, granted, do not explode anywhere near like I did in the past 5 or more years ago. I reacted completely off the cuff, and somebody would just trigger me, and boom, I'd fire off. Somebody stole my parking spot. I'd get out of my car. I'd be beet red, yelling and screaming in the parking lot at them. Granted, I don't do that anymore. I've learned, I've grown, I've evolved. But that was something I did do. And I had a friend that worked at a job that was in the same parking lot that he pushed baskets, and saw me get out of my car yelling at this elderly man because he stole my spot right out from underneath me. And I'm sure we have all been there. I learned from it. He reminded me of it every day. He said, I can't believe how Daren is reacting, how he's acting. I couldn't believe how he got out of his car and he was beet red, yelling and screaming at this guy. And I know it wasn't the guy, it wasn't the parking spot. It was built up anger that needed to come out. And I ended up projecting on this man that stole my spot, which did not deserve it, by the way. And I 1000% realized, but yesterday what I really realized is that I've been taking that anger essentially, and it's been going inward, and I've been going inward with it, and that's what I've done my entire life, and then essentially just pushed it down and suppressed it. And it wasn't healthy. It never was healthy. And I realized, so in turn, I wouldn't communicate with the person that was making me angry. I would then just be angry with myself and push it in and push it down and think that I'm avoiding it that way, or I'm running from it, or I'm dusting it under the rug and I'll never have to deal with it again. But in actuality, an analogy I learned a long time ago, which is one of the best analogies. Well, there's a couple of them, but this one I'll tell you right now, which kind of coincides with this. It's like you can take a rubber ball, one of those ones that you blow up and you put it in the pool, and you could keep trying to push it down under the water. And what happens? What happens to it? It flies back up. You can never push it down. And that's exactly how an emotion is. You can push it down and push it down and push it down. What keeps on happening? It keeps rising back up, flying out of the water. Try it. Take one of those balls that you blow up, the pool balls, blow it up, put it in the water, try to push it down, see what happens. It's exactly like an emotion. Keep pushing it down, and it explodes. It pops up. It rises to the top. And that's exactly what your emotions do. And I love that analogy, by the way. But I don't want to make this segment too long. I wanted to give a little bit. I kind of went off on a rant. That's okay. It happens. Again, it kind of coincides with the health series, because if we don't heal those emotions, and essentially a lot of people do that, and I'm one of them that did that, was pushing it in and taking my anger and pushing it in, because I was taught throughout my life that anger is bad, that anger is not okay, that getting angry at someone is not okay. And so what did I do? I in turn suppressed it and pushed it in and avoided it and pushed it down. And because every time that I did express that side of myself, I was essentially exiled, or deemed like, oh, you're wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. That's not correct. That's not spiritual. That's not loving. And society has taught us that anger is if you're like that, you're not a loving person, you're not a kind person, you're not a caring person. That's not the way you're supposed to act. And so with that being said, I learned that from a very young age, and that has been something that it took me a very, very long time to realize. And in actuality, I learned that yesterday morning, that is something that I have been doing. I think I've been told that numerous times, but it really resonated with me yesterday morning. It really clicked yesterday morning that was something that I was doing. And that is hence the reason that you have these massive explosions and you react when somebody says something you don't like. It triggers that anger inside you that you've been pushing down for so long. So that being said, like I said, we'll continue this topic. I just wanted to touch on it. I know I went on a kind of a tangent, but it goes along with, like I said, our health series. I know I was going to talk a little bit about the juice, and essentially what's in there is cucumber, spinach, kale, ginger, garlic, celery, cayenne pepper, all green vegetables. Again, if you didn't replay the video, but I think I pretty much got them all. I might have missed one or two things. I think I said kale, spinach, cucumbers, garlic, ginger, cayenne. So anyways, we'll get better at refining these videos. Don't worry, we got a lot coming. We're going to have collaborations. We're going to have people on. I have some really great ideas of people I want to have on and do a just a really amazing discussion. Hopefully we can work out the time zone, because she's in the UK. But I have a really lot of good topics we can bounce off on, and maybe even bring people in from, do it live, and have other people come on and ask questions, and it'll be really fun. I have a lot of great ideas what's to come, and not to mention I'm working on a logo and I'm working on an intro, so stay tuned because it's yet to come. There's a lot of great things that are going to be coming on this channel, and just subscribe, like, share, press the like button, subscribe and share if you haven't already. Thank you for listening. I truly appreciate everybody that has subscribed, everybody that has liked my videos, everybody that has watched them and got something out of it. I truly am grateful for everything. And, we're going to go into yoga and Kundalini yoga and meditation and Reiki and just health, healthy things to eat, healthy ways to eat, healthy diet, fitness. This channel is all around. We're just going to be shooting out wisdom because we're wisdom warriors, man. So Jump on, become a wisdom warrior with me. Let's change this world. Let's bring the new earth in. Let's bring new light. Let's breed love, light, kindness, caring, sharing, unity. Anyways, thanks for coming to the Wisdom Warrior channel. We got plenty to come. Thank you. And cheers, man. Cheers to health, wealth, fitness, beauty, light, shining your light as bright as you can. Cheers, everybody. Peace.